waters, across cultures. 1 year, many steps, one shared purpose.
The biggest learning experience was definitely trying to have more compassion for myself. Once you try to forgive and accept yourself, you naturally develop this capacity to understand others deeper. And I think as Miss Cosmo, as a spokesperson, it's something that's very important because you cannot speak for someone else if you can't listen to them. And you cannot try to resonate with the community if you don't have the empathy. When I first stepped into this role, I thought touching people's hearts would be my part. But in all of my travels and journey, it's always the exact opposite. I was always the one that's being moved. I've met people with resilience that humbles you. It reminded me how important this job is and meaningful this life is. Empowering women is acknowledging the freedom that women have, because we never needed anyone to allow us or give us space. We take up our own space. And we stand with Cosmo is not about choosing sides in pageantry, it's about choosing women's side, because we appreciate and we stand with women, with their stories, with their journey, their struggle, and what they're bringing to the table. Before working with Nama Bank, I've always seen charity as just compassion, but now I've learned and realized that meaningful giving requires structure, planning, resources, commitment, and a long-term solution. They did not just fund our activities, they created a system that allows us to respond faster and reach more communities. Kindness is very important, but kindness backed by an organization can create a systemic change, and that is what the world needs. I don't think anybody could have hated me more than how I hate myself. As a public figure who's supposed to inspire, it's really hard to admit that on some days you do feel small, you do feel like you don't deserve or you don't belong, and you just want to hide from all the responsibilities and baggages. But I learned that progress does not always look pretty, and once I try to practice that same empathy, that same kindness that I always try to give others, I gave myself more room to breathe, to relax. At that point, it helped me to rise again in a sense, to have more compassion with myself, and in a way, I can also distribute that compassion to my surroundings.
Halo Permata, tetap rendah hati. Itu yang penting, tetap rendah hati.
Jadi diri
adik
sendiri.
Harus kuat, jadi diri sendiri.
Jujur.
It's hard for me to face the reality that my tenure or reign is ending soon. But I promise I will always carry your spirit and resilience everywhere I go. Although we are parting ways, I promise that I will always be back for this land that I call my second home. So once again, thank you very much for accepting and embracing who I am and allowing me to grow and prosper, not just as Miss Cosmo, but as Ketut, Permata, Juliastrid, Sari.